Greetings, folks, and welcome to another episode of me playing Space Engineers. Um, so last episode, we managed to get all of this, I guess you could call it spot welded, and the framework in place for our ship. Now, obviously, we're running kind of short on materials. I'm just going to have a quick look at what we've got. Linked inventories. Yeah, I've got a feeling we... Doesn't look like we've got any iron left. We're going to need more iron. So I guess that's what we're doing. We're going on an iron hunt so that we can finish the framework of this ship. This really shouldn't take too long. Well, I say shouldn't. It's space. So everything's down to chance, realistically, on whether we find anything. We are not the fastest ship in the world. In fact, we are incredibly slow. We're going to need more engines on this thing, I think. That's something that we can work on, but for the moment, as long as it flies and, we can move around, even if it's only slowly, that's still better than nothing. Our batteries are fully charged. And just drifting along like this, at a fairly low speed, because obviously it takes us a long while to stop and yeah, I'm going to want to jump drive before I try sort of flying towards the planets or anything, and that's going to require a massive refit. This thing is going to grow. It's going to grow outwards, sideways. It's going to grow outwards, upwards, and downwards, and maybe even forwards. Yeah, this ship is going to get a lot bigger because obviously we're going to need things like hydrogen engines. We're going to need a hydrogen tank and all of those fun things. Yeah, this thing is, once we're finished, this is going to have absolutely everything attached to it. Once we get it finished, obviously. Okay, so wow, we're over 2k away from that. Okay, I think I'll start slowing now because it's going to take us a little while to stop before we survey this asteroid. I'm going to make this a very short episode today, simply because I'm extremely tired right now for reasons that I might go into at some point. Actually, I probably won't ever go into, so, you'll just be left in the dark on that one, but, personal stuff, deal with it. So yeah, you're going to get maybe 10-15 minutes of me sort of looking around for iron. Hopefully we find some, but, there's no guarantees. Like I said, it's space, it's totally random, and it's just going to depend on what resources we find. Now, we are also looking for gold because we kind of know that that's probably about close enough. I might just do a quick spin. Ooh, we need to fit more gyros. We are not turning quickly at all. And obviously the weight of this thing's only going to go upwards. I mean, at the moment it doesn't even weigh its full amount because obviously all of this is only spot welded girders. Oh man, that's not where the door is. That's where the door is. We are going to put an airlock on this thing, and it's altogether possible I am going to end up moving those thrusters as well. Yeah, that's literally just ooh, hang on. Do I want to make a bookmark? Yeah, I'm going to make a quick bookmark. Okay, so GPS, view from current position. we can delete it, but it's just so that I know where the hell our ship is. Because the last thing I want to do is get disorientated in space and then not be able to find our way back to our ship. That would make me very sad. Because obviously we've put quite a bit of effort into building that thing now. Okay, so we've got some ice. I might actually grab that. If we can get in close enough to it, I might grab that. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's not do that. Okay, a little bit of rubber banding, but that's totally fine. It does look like it's just rock and ice. Now, believe it or not, it's been about 3-4 days-ish for me since I last played. Reasons, I'm not explaining it. I'm really not. Oh, that was one hell of a rubber band there. Okay, so it looks like this is just a rock and ice. But we'll just see if we can actually find the ice. So yeah, basically I recorded all of like the build in one chunk. I'm not sure how many hours of footage that was. I could have edited it down into something more tolerable, but didn't feel like it. Also, my editing skills kind of suck, so it wouldn't have been that good anyway. So, you know, I'd figure just giving you the raw footage is probably the better idea. It does look like this is just ice and rock, and we kind of don't need the ice. And until we get like a pressurized system on our ship, and there's no point even trying to pressurize the ship until until we've got it all welded together, because like the air's just going to fly out if we try. For some fairly obvious reasons, this thing's got more holes in it than a freaking colander at the moment. Okay, so that rock didn't have anything on it. We should really speed test this and figure out how fast it's gonna, how long it takes us to get from 0 to 100. Might as well plot a course towards those planets though. Oh, even flip turns are slow. Okay, I think maybe that one over there, because we're doing a speed test anyway, so... I'm thinking maybe we're accelerating around about 2 meters a second. Maybe 1.5, 2 meters a second, something like that. So we are not fast on acceleration. But then, you know, we haven't built a combat ship. At least not yet. We don't have the resources for it. Can we get it up to 100? Yes, we can. And it doesn't seem to mind being 100 meters a second either. That's good. Just going to keep us sort of... Yeah, it's still off to one side a little bit, so... There we go. Yeah, the better better aligned our solar panels are with the sun, the more power they're producing. It's gonna take like I might actually replace those rear thrusters and the forward thrusters with large versions instead of the small versions. That'll give us more acceleration and deceleration. And I'm thinking about expanding it sideways outwards and giving us some drone bays, expanding it downwards and upwards, and maybe giving it crew quarters and all of those kinds of things as well, because we do have access to some interesting blocks. So obviously we're going to want like a proper med bay, maybe even a cryopod or two. Well, we don't need two, we only need one. It's literally just me anyway. But still, these are, you know, ideas for the future. Probably only going to have about enough time to check 2 asteroids before I have to stop. I have things to do in real life, so like I'm just taking a moment to do some recording. Our acceleration is feeble. Our deceleration is feeble as well, but at least we can actually move. And we're in a large ship with that could be this. Yeah, have to be really careful. See that little tiny rock? Yeah, a couple of difference, a tiny little difference in like our angle. There would have been a potential to hit that, which would have been really bad for us. Okay, anything in here? Doesn't look like it. But we'll still check the rest of the rock from the outside just to make sure. Looks like it might have been pecked at a little bit. Yeah, so iron is one of the more common ores, so hopefully it won't take us too long. I mean, it's altogether possible it won't be until like next episode when we find it, when I can actually put some time in. Oh, we didn't drop a bookmark. It's okay though, because our ship's pretty visible, so yeah, there's no iron here at all. Okay. We do have an unknown signal that we can go and poke though, so we'll do that. At least that'll be like an interesting thing for you guys to see. Hopefully it doesn't have engines to try and give us the runaround. Right, and I just need to GPS, because we don't need that one. I mean, we know where there is some gold, but I don't want to have to fly 2,000 kilometers to get like, or over 2,000 kilometers to get some gold. I'm sorry about my voice, by the way. It's very crackly today. Yeah, I don't want to have to fly like 2,500 kilometers to get gold. For a jump drive to save us time jumping towards a planet. Yeah, I prefer to be able to find something, you know, relatively nearby. Now we're not headed directly for it, as you can see. We're headed sort of towards the unknown signal at an angle. We're not doing top speed either. We'll wait until we get to within a kilometre of it and see if we can actually stop somewhere close to it, or if we sort of get a possible, we'll just overshoot the damn thing. 120, yeah, we'll do it there. Okay, yeah, we're still decelerating. meters, 300 meters. It'd be nice if we can drop within sort of like 200 of it. Not sure if that'll happen though. Okay, we're within 275 meters of the thing. That's not bad. If I'd actually stopped at about a kilometre, we literally would have dropped right on top of the thing, which could have been awesome. But I'm playing it safe and I'm being careful. Right, I just want to get a look at this thing though. What kind of thing are you? Do you have an engine? Are you going to play me around? Doesn't look like it's got an engine. No, it doesn't have an engine. It does have a radio antenna though. But let's push the button and see what happens. If it has a button, should have a button. Does have a button, excellent. Okay, we've got a cow suit. I'm pretty sure we already had that, maybe. Okay, let's take out the power cell so that this thing's not doing anything weird. Okay, and we need to bring our hut back up. Okay, we'll get the canvas out. Okay. Awesome, right, let's get the small cargo container done. Oh wow, space money and steel plates. Well, we need both of those. Yeah, at least this will give us some more steel plates, even if it's only a tiny amount. I'm gonna grab that for sure. We need antenna components anyway. The more of those we have, the less we have to make later on when we want to build our own antenna. I mean, an antenna's kind of handy, but at the moment it's not a necessity for us. It'll become more of a necessity once we have like a drone. At that point it'll be like, yeah, we do definitely need an antenna. Because obviously without an antenna or a laser antenna, you've got no chance of controlling the drone. Well, not unless you're running it off like your suit's antenna, and then it's like, why are you even bothering to have a drone at that point, you know? Okay, well, got some stuff. I think we're going to have to try and recycle some of those, and the girders, because that's made of iron. That's made of iron. We don't need to change those, but we can refine down the scrap metal as well. So we've got a little bit of iron resources here, here and here that we can probably turn into more of these steel plates. But I'm going to leave that for next episode because, yeah, I'm freaking exhausted, I'm going to be honest. So with that said, have fun, play safe, and I'll catch you guys next time for some more Space Engineers Open Place Survival.